guys, it's Candace back for another video, and for today's video, here are a few tips and tricks that I personally use every single time I go out on job interviews or when I'm like networking and stuff with new people, so I'm trying to get a job. But basically, this is how to really just nail your interview and get the job every single time. I wanted to make this video because recently I've been looking for some part-time employment for the holidays. I have been reselling things online on eBay, and that's actually been going pretty good. I did it for my first week this week, and in that 1 week, I made $100. Just off stuff that I had in my house that I never used, I had no interest in using, that kind of thing. So I ended up selling that stuff on eBay, watching a ton of YouTube videos. As you know, you get caught up in that YouTube world. You think you about to make $30,000 a month selling on eBay right away. But yeah, I got some more learning to do before that happens. But it's definitely something that has a lot of promise, you guys. I've done really well just in the 1 week that I've done it. So anyway, so I've been looking for some part-time work, something, you know, with hourly, whatever, to pay my bills and then, of course, get some holiday cash for the kids and stuff for the holidays. So recently I went out, and this is not a lie, you guys, I went out on one day and I had 4 interviews scheduled, all within like an hour and a half to 2 hours of each other. That way I wasn't wasting that much time in between, but also I allotted enough time for each interview to take up to an hour, because you just never know. All right, so I went on these 4 job interviews, and I literally got all 4 jobs, you guys, same day as going to the interview. And all 4 jobs were like, oh, you can start tomorrow. And I was like, huh? Or they were like, you know, when can you start? Okay, cool, come then, you know. So basically, I got hired at all 4 jobs, same exact day. So these are my tips and tricks on how to get a job. First off, find the best search engine for the type of job that you're looking for. So for example, if you do sales, like phone sales, telemarketing, that kind of thing, those jobs are really everywhere. But if you want a quick and easy one that you can get, I would look on Craigslist. That's where I went for these 4 jobs, because literally the ads were like, okay, call Mark at this number, get interviewed today, get hired tomorrow, that kind of thing. And it was true, you guys. That's exactly what happened. Craigslist is a great way to find those kind of like phone sales jobs. You guys, I went from working in retail for 10 years to doing the phone sales thing. I made a lot more money doing it. Of course, it's really stressful. People hang up on you and curse you out all the time. But the amount of people that curse you out and the amount of people who don't, I mean, it kind of outweighs itself for the check kind of thing. Just make sure you do it with a good company, somewhere that, you know, they're not putting a lot of pressure on you, because it's just too much, honestly. Like, get the fuck off me. Like, it's my paycheck. Back up. That's the type of job that I've been looking for lately, just because, like I said, part-time, but I want to make full-time pay because I want the commission. When you go to the job interviews, it is so important that you don't look, you know, too trendy or too cute, because especially females, I mean, you guys see with all the crazy lawsuits that females are charging men with, we get harassed all the time, literally all the time, even and especially in the workplace. There's been plenty of instances, me personally, where my boss has like touched my back or, you know, something like that. So it's definitely very common for women especially to be treated a certain type of way. And of course, people judge that based off of how you dress, even though, why the fuck you worried about what I got on? That's all I gotta say. If I wanna be cute, I'm gonna be cute. Don't touch me. Thanks. So females, it is super important, you guys, to just cover up, you know, so wear something that covers your full chest. Make sure your legs are fully covered. If not, your skirt should be past your knees. Literally past your knees. So that is super important to give off a nice presentable look. I worked in retail prior, and it's a little bit different if you're trying to get a job in retail, I would say. I usually would dress very trendy, very on point to what the brand is wearing. Still something very nice, like almost something like if I was going out downtown, but I was going to the bar, you know? So I always just made sure that I dressed the part for the company that I was going to. All right, guys, next up, now you're at the interview. The first impression is so important. You guys, when you meet this person, you need to stand up and you need to put that hand out before they could even reach their hand out, because that just tells them, hi, I'm here. Like, hello. That is what I do. As soon as I meet the people that I'm going to this interview with, hi, I'm Candace, with like a big giant smile on my face, like as big as I can possibly smile, because you want to let them know that you have high energy, that you're like an enthusiastic person. I mean, you just want to give off your personality in the first couple of seconds, because I hate to say it, you guys, but we are so judgmental. Everyone in the world is. I mean, it's so hard not to judge people just because we're so groomed and accustomed to it. So people judge you in the first 10 seconds of meeting you, so you need to make sure that you're giving that impression like, hi, I'm confident and I'm ready to work. You know what I mean? So you just need to have that look in your eyes. You got the eye of the tiger. I don't know how the beat goes, but you know that song. So you just want to have like that ferocious, tenacious attitude. All right, next up. Now you're at the interview, you're sitting down, you're talking to the person that you're interviewing with, and you are worried as hell what they're thinking about everything that's coming out of your mouth. Super important, you guys. Every time that they ask you a question, it's like writing an essay. You want to kind of repeat the question in your answer. It lets them know that you're listening. It lets them know that you have attention to detail because you're specifically regarding the question to what they're asking you. Now, my favorite thing to do in an interview is to turn my negatives into a positive, because it's a lot easier for people to focus on something that's negative about your resume, about your prior career experience, you know, than to focus on something that's positive. So you just want to hit them with the negative quick, but then real quick divert their attention to something positive. So if they're like, let's say you're going to try a career that you've never done before.
Well, you know, we typically look for people with experience.
Yeah, I know that my prior experience has been in sales, but I also have the same 10 years experience in customer service, so I know that I can do this position.
You see what I did there? Like, yeah, I understand that my prior thing is shitty, but your girl got this. You always want to give them also just a little bit of who you truly are in your personality. Like, during every single interview, I just like really make it a point to connect with the person that I'm talking to, and even ask them a personal question about themselves or how long they've been with the company. You know, when they ask, okay, you guys, super important. When they ask the question during the interview, do you have any questions? If you say no, bitch, bye. Like, why don't you have any questions? Why? You never met me before. You don't know nothing about my company. You just gonna come sign the paper and work for me? Like, what? I hated when I was interviewing people and they would not have any questions for me. How do you not have any questions? Like, I'm such an inquisitive person. I'm so nosy. I want to know everything. So my first question is always, how long has the company been in business? You know, if this is like a sales type of position, you need to know that, because if they just opened 2 years ago, they're still working out the kinks. You know, you're going to see a lot of things, a lot of changes. It's going to be really annoying, honestly, because they're just going to keep changing stuff, like your pay, like, you know, whatever. They're just going to change stuff all the time. Now, the next question that I usually ask, if it's like the manager or something, I'll be like, how long have you been with the company? They'll naturally start to tell you what their experience with the company has been like.
You know, I've been here for 10 years and it's been great.
You know, or
Yeah, I just started.
then you're like, oh. All right, and then my last tip is be prepared. And what I mean by that is sometimes jobs will ask you questions on an interview that'll catch you off guard, and you need to be prepared with a quick and witty answer that responds to the question, you know? Like, for example, you need to go in knowing exactly how much you're looking to make at this position. Like, period, point blank. Look up the salaries, look up the averages in that area. You need to know what you're looking for, because when they ask you the question of, okay, how much are you looking to make? And you say, oh, I don't know, what do you guys start at? Bitch, you want to start at the starting rate? Like, what? No, you don't want to start at the starting rate. You want to be on the average or better. So you need to already have that knowledge and know what you're looking for. That's super important. You guys know I'm all about the dollars, ching ching. So I definitely had to give that tip. I hope this helps you guys when you go out on interviews. And just super important, be confident. You guys know I always say this, but anything that you do confident will be a success. Success. And I can never say it, but I always say it. Anything that you do with confidence will be successful. So just be confident, you know, smile and look in the mirror and tell yourself you got this, because you got this. You better get that check, honey, because it's the holidays and mama needs a new pair of shoes. No, but seriously, buy your mom something nice for the holidays. All right, you guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you on the next video.